I used to procrastinate, but the worst part wasn't that I procrastinated, it's that I blamed external circumstances on my procrastination. And I remember the main thing that I used to blame was YouTube. YouTube as in the thing you're watching on right now. I used to blame it for like recommending me stuff like gaming videos when in reality it's its job, right? It recommends you videos that you watch. But I didn't it's almost like I didn't comprehend it. I was blaming like YouTube because I was using YouTube in a sense, and I only stopped that behavior, right? I never got anywhere from blaming YouTube for making me always distracted. I only got anywhere once I stopped blaming it and I just took accountability for my actions. I didn't get anywhere by blaming YouTube. I only got somewhere by understanding that it was my fault. It wasn't YouTube's fault. It was my fault. And once I understood that it was my fault, I actually had the power to change the way I procrastinated. I stopped watching YouTube and I started reading books, for example. I didn't have to be connected to YouTube because I was always blaming it. I was a victim. I took accountability, I took the power, and I changed my circumstances, right? And this could apply very well to you. For example, I know a big thing is TikTok. And even at school, man, you would hear all the time. Like, I genuinely heard this, like, not even paraphrasing. I would delete TikTok, but it's too hard for me. So I'll just wait until it's banned. I'm not joking. I, why would you do that? I just don't understand why you would wait until like the lawmakers ban something until you stop using it. Like he genuinely acknowledged that it was bad for him, but he said that it was too hard and it was too addicting for him. Like that's genuinely the worst example I could give you because well that's not the worst example. I'm probably the worst example is like a drug addict or something, but that's one of the examples where for someone like a different person it seems so obvious, like just take the power, like take responsibility and just delete it or something, but when you're actually in the moment it seems so difficult to take accountability. And by the way, just a little side note, whenever I say accountability I mean owning your actions, owning your problems. Accountability is ownership. Like I can't be accountable for you. If I'm accountable for you, that means you're not accountable. I can't own your actions. You have to own them. And so whenever I say accountability, I'm really meaning like if you're, for example, watching TikTok, you have to be accountable and realizing that you're the reason that you watch TikTok. You chose to watch TikTok. And understand that no outside circumstance is gonna change for you. Like you can't wait until like TikTok gets banned or something for it to change. Like it might never get banned, honestly, it might never. And so why would you just give away your power, like your responsibility to someone else? It's your fault and only you can change it. Like honestly, you can't really change many outside circumstances. Like for example, like a friend, right? A friend might tell you something like a problem they have and you might want to like help them with it. You're like, "Oh yeah, just like delete TikTok or like do this or this." Like you could try to help someone, but 99% of the time they don't change because they're not looking for you to help. They just want to like, dump their emotions on you or their problem on you. On like really the only way that you can really change someone is they're actively looking for help. So for example, I do coaching, link in the description. And like honestly, the people who ask for my help, they do get results, but it's only because they're actually looking for them and then they apply them. Like I could give them the result, like the advice they're looking for, but if they don't apply it, that's another thing, right? Accountability. You have to take control of what you do. And you might be thinking to yourself that, well, I have X or Y. I have some external circumstance that doesn't allow me to stop procrastinating. So like I live in like this place in the world and I can't stop because it's part of the culture. Like some big external circumstance that denies you from doing something. So I can't stop procrastinating because I've been addicted to TikTok for 5 years and it's too late for me. And so that I say, you're right. You can't stop procrastinating. You can't because of X or Y. You can't. And now let me ask you, how did that help you? How did me agreeing with your excuse help you in any way, shape, or form? It doesn't. You only change, you only actually improve when you take accountability, when you take responsibility for yourself. If you, instead of that, instead of like complaining about how addictive TikTok is, you can say, I'm gonna delete TikTok because I want to improve myself. It's my fault that I've been watching it for so long. That's such a powerful mindset for you because you're taking the power and changing what you have. You can't rely on anything external to change you. Only you can change you. And like just for example, the TikTok, you have to take the accountability. You have to own your actions. You have to own your problems. I mentioned this before, but if you're interested, I offer coaching in the description.